Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold stream. On today's stream, we are back with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I know, it's been a while. Just kidding. But we are actually here to play the new cards in the new pack. We're going to take a look at all the new stuff that is happening. First and foremost, regarding actions against cheating. In order to create a fair dueling experience, this game automatically analyzes and processes player data for the purpose of detecting users using cheating tools during gameplay. When a player is suspected of cheating, we may take action in changing match conditions from normal play. I don't know what this means. I thought this would be something. Moon Glacia Turbo. True. But we can also see that there is a notice for the World Championship, which is going to show us that the qualifiers are taking place in June, which means we have a new Duelist Cup again in June. Hooray. Everyone clap. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Does it say when Worlds is? 29th to 31st. There you go. Let's go. There's a survey you can take. Yes, we will also potentially take a look at that. We have new accessories, which is Daddy and not Daddy, and some other things that just genuinely don't matter. Daddy, though, oh baby, oh yeah. They got it right. Wow, they got this so right. They know what they're doing, and I applaud Konami for doing this. They know exactly what their player base is and what they like, and honestly, I can't be upset. Speaking of one player, it was funny watching Farfa's stream today, watching him wonder why his chat is getting toxic about him playing Mermail as he's doing the beat dead joke of thing my opponent doing is bad. Yeah, Farfa is... Here's the thing. I thoroughly love Farfa when he collects his thoughts in a YouTube video. Farfa is one of the smartest people when chat is not there. When there is not a live stream critiquing him, or just in proximity of him, Farfa is a very intelligent Yu-Gi-Oh player. And is a very intelligent Yu-Gi-Oh personality. I remember watching Farfa's old, like, how to play Sky Striker videos and stuff like that, right? Where it's like, he played, like, blind second Sky Striker against, like, Thunder Dragon in, like, Thunder Dragon format in, like, 2018. Those are the videos I remember, right? Which I think is peak Farfa. Stream Farfa, not very good. Just solidly, I don't know what's happening. He just, like, there's like a worm that he, like, implants into his brain when he streams that just gnaws away at his cognitive functions, and he just can't form coherent ideas. It's actually baffling. We don't take Farfa seriously on decks or bullshit in this game. He's a fan of both the Block Dragon and Chaos Ruler. He also likes Dark World. He also likes Adamancipator, just in general, which is like, okay. He was War Crime Incarnate. He was playing Stun earlier. Okay, let's get this mate because... Yes! Daddy. That's all. Coolio, we have the Voiceless Voice pack, which I just thought this had a pack. I didn't know we still hadn't received the Voiceless Voice pack. Oh! Which is very funny. We also got the new Yubel cards in a pack, and we got the new Super Heavy Sam. We still hadn't received the Super Heavy Samurais in a pack? Okay, that's actually War Crimes. That is actually insane that took that long to receive the new Super Heavy Samurai support. Wild. The featuring Dante from DMC5 mate is really cool. Yes, very. Rouse from destruction. What? Removed from featured... Wait, hold on. They removed all of the... Oh, because they're in the solo mode. before roused from destruction after tranquil benediction. We are changing the secret pack that was found when clearing the gold chapter for worshipping the sacred phoenix. It was before roused from destruction, and now it's tranquil benediction. So they changed it from the Nephthys pack for the Nephthys solo mode to the Fire King pack for the Nephthys solo mode? I'm so confused. Why did they do this? Am I reading this wrong? Secret Pack's featured card. Alongside this update, we are changing the secret pack that can be found when clearing the goal for worshipping the sacred phoenix. Oh, no. Oh, they're just entirely removing the sacred phoenix stuff from the Rouse from Destruction pack, which is the Fire King pack. And they're moving it to Tranquil Benediction, which is the Nephthys pack for solo mode. I read that wrong. I was so confused. They need to bring back the White Force packs again. As soon as the new field spell drops in Master Duel. That's probably how they will. Actually, hold on. No, they're going to have a ton of support. Yeah, it's probably going to drop in a selection pack. Anyway, cool. New pack. We got finally that. We gotta check out the pack. I have actually not seen any of the pack. I don't know what's in it. So let's find out. I know these 5 cards, which are definitely cards. That is such a... Hold on, play that back. Man, that's such a sad animation. That actually just made me sad. Why does the Argostar monster have a better animation than this guy? Oh, that... Poor hero players. That one's pretty good. It's a pack that exists. That's the idea. Whoops, did not mean to click that one. What are the cards? Let's take a look. We got Zelantis. That's actually not bad. Waifu. True, I hadn't considered that. Well, okay. Let's not act like heroes are not waifus. Well, husbandos, but you get the point. We got Nephthys. We have Poseidra. We have... Oh, Punk is in here. Oh, wait. Wait, Punk's crazy. That's a crazy, like... what are they called? Secret ads? Interesting. We have Rex Tremmed. Rex Tremmed. The card that no one uses. He's here? How many of these guys are you gonna pull? All of them. True! We have Nephthys. We have Lacrima. We have Mermail's Shadow Squad, which is a UR, which is... Not surprising, but it is pretty tragic. We have Aerie, or Area. We have the Argostars Glorious Adra. We have the Punk Rising Scale. We have Evil Assault, which is a card. And Giant Slaying. So... Okay, this is a weird... Okay. So we have 3 Mermails. We have 2 Fiendsmith. We have 2 Punk. We have 2 Argos. Oh, sorry. Hold on. No, we have 3 Hero. And we have 2 Hero. Right? 1, 2. We have 3 Mermail. We have 2 Fiendsmith. We have 3... No, we have 2 Punk. We have 2 Argo. And then 2... I guess technically Area could be considered, as well as Zelantis could be considered Mermail, but they're more like generic. Weird. Well, I'm talking about URs specifically. Because, yeah, I mean, we still have, like, you know, the other Xyz, we have the other hero stuff, we got the Agnum Day, we have Butterfly Fish, and other hero shenanigans, all of the Argostar stuff. Are any of the Argostars things playable in NR? Once this card is face up, warrior monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle once per turn. If this card is in a continuous trap in your monster zone, you can special summon... Sorry, if a continuous trap is in your monster zone, you special summon this card as an effect monster with the following effect. It's also treated as a trap. You can banish an Argostar monster. You gain 500 life points. No, this doesn't do anything. Does this one? When a monster activates a card to effect. While this card is face up in the spell and trap card zone, warrior monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card to effect, you can special summon this as an effect monster with the following effect. If you have a banished Argostar monster. Okay, none of these do anything because they require Argostars. Tragic. Agnum Day is Chungus Desiree. Yeah. Cool. This is a weird assortment of URs. Because it's not... Because, I mean, okay. Looking at just newly added cards, right? You have these two, which are not new. Which, Neptibus not being new is fine. But that means that Mermail has 2 new ones. Hero has 2 new ones. Fiendsmith has 2 new ones. Argostars has 2 new ones. And Punk has 2 new ones. Which is very interesting. They really just said, I don't know, throw it all in there, and they didn't give me Mimighoul. And now I'm sad. Because I know Mimighoul is going to be expensive. And now I am tragic. Swift and Slayer just do what the Infernoble equipped monsters already do. Tragic. Cool. What a pack. What an incredible pack, I must say. And then we also have a survey where we can tell Konami, please, please, for the love of all that is holy, please ban Maxi. And I get 10 things. Am I enjoying dueling? No. Nuh-uh. What do I think of the duel controls? I hate to say it, they're fantastic. What do I think about dueling, and what would you like us to add in future updates? Please refrain from leaving any personal information. I am a 17-year-old high school. No, I'm just kidding. More timer for second. Just, yeah. Please add more time for when... Add more time gained after the turn passes. I don't have enough time to think about my plays and interact with my opponent's plays as well. And ban Maxi. Please select the mode you play the most. Obviously, it's solo mode. Are you enjoying solo mode? No. It's decent. Am I enjoying ranked mode? Fucking no. Why would I? These really allow us to dismantle. They should allow us to dismantle legacy cards. True. I don't care if I get anything from it. Just let me get rid of those cards. I don't want them. Dude, I have like 17 just useless URs that I'm like, I would never use these. Please remove them. Please just let me get rid of them. They're so frustrating. Casual mode. True. What do you think about each of the dual modes? N/R was such a great event. Maybe it should stick around. forever. Please. Pretty please. Do it again. Oh, wait. Go back. Go back. And Maxi. And Maxi. I love to get rid of my 6 decode talkers, one of which is royal. Yeah. Do I like the deck editor? I'm having fun. 10 out of 10. Do I find the deck editor / edit deck screen easy to understand and use? Absolutely. What do I think about the deck editing crafting system? Would you like to add in future updates? The ability to import decks from outside the sources. Sorry, hold on. I gotta write. Ban Maxi. There you go. Judgment of the Pharaoh. What if they have a filter for words? Ban Maxi. It'll show up in there, so it won't show up in their receipt. Do you think they read these? I don't think they read these. See, that's the thing. I don't think there's a person who actually reads these. I don't think they get this information. I think these surveys are just a scam. Because I don't think anyone is telling them to ban Judgment. Or to semi-limit it, sorry. Notable updates. Adjusted the impact list to display icons that indicate what each effect does. Adjusted the impact list. What do I think of the contents of the version update? And what would you like us to add in future updates? The removal of the roach. Ben Mexi. There you go. There are my thoughts. Get him out of there. So you complaining to a wall? Yeah, pretty much. Overall satisfaction with Master Duel. Dissatisfied. I am very dissatisfied right now. Anyway, moving on. Please tell us which features you would like to see in updates. The removal of the roach! Other. Ban. Mag C. Fuck you. Just remove it! Get him out of there! He doesn't need to be there. He doesn't need to. No, no, no. Tragic. What if I pull, Saravis? You ever thought about that? Because I didn't. Tragic. Do we have anything else? Oh, cool. We got May bases. We didn't get a new, field. Tragic. Tragic. Argostars. I hate to say it, that is actually a fairly good, wallpaper. What if we use curse words? A month ban? Drew! I hadn't thought about that. It's like having a complaint fax machine that anything it prints out goes straight to the shredder. Absolutely. Ugh. The multiple mates and new OSTs were things I requested. They have hooked me in with their infernal bureaucracy by giving hope. That's tragic. That is that. Try the engraver, mate. We will. Okay, let's. The plan is to build Mermail. I do want to actually play Mermail. Now, granted, I'm inexperienced with Mermail. I have played against it, I think, once with it in the new iteration, and I have not tinkered with it at all because it's a deck that like requires me to learn a combo, and I hate that. I am not a fan of actually learning combos. They are frustrating. That's pretty much it. Punk. What punk would be the mate? Oh, the dragon. Duh. I really wanted to play Mermail. I dueled against it one time, got hand ripped for 3, lost all interest in the deck. Oh, shoot. How about Punk? What about Punk? Shadow Drop, that's what it's called. They Shadow Dropped Punk. I was like, what is that called? It's called a Shadow Drop. Play Punk. Punk is great. I actually don't know. That's the thing. The new support came out at a time where like Ryzeal and Malice and stuff like that were really overpowered in the OCG. And then we got Yummy. And so it was like, cool, when are we ever gonna play this? And it was like, never. Okay. So I don't know. That's one of the decks that I genuinely think has the possibility. I didn't know we were getting those cards. So that's a deck that has the possibility of like being good. However, that being said, it is also Punk and has kind of always done Punk things, which is dying to hand traps like Fua and Maxi and what have you, as well as also not exactly doing well like as a big heavy combo deck that doesn't really do anything else. Like, it's not great going second. So I don't know if these new cards really solve that issue. Depends on how you build Punk, but it can definitely play through multiple disruptions. Well, that's not what I was saying. I was saying it has a problem with things like Maxi and Fua loss, which I don't think these new cards solve. It also does have, like, it can have an issue with, like, Droll as well. It's also not great into, like, Nibiru, right? How many of these are currently being played? Hard to say. Oh, I thought I had more gems. But there's that. Let me actually... Tragic. Hold on. Hold on. I wish Punk had a wider bag of tricks. Xiamen and Rising Carp are super interaction magnets. Yeah. Yeah. That's the other big thing. But even with that, it's like, that is technically beatable. Hold on. I have to think. Sick. Fire King with 3 Kirin. Just to see Mermail players for lore-accurate battles. True. That's why they changed it. Being able to search Ogre is awesome in this meta. True. I hadn't thought about that. Sorry, we have to sit through this loading screen again because I uninstalled the game. That's what happened. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. I read the Punk cards and we're like, oh, this is pretty good. But again, that was in a meta. That was going into a meta with like Yummy and K9 and Malice and Dragon Tail. It's like, yeah, Punk's not doing anything into that. So this is likely more playable. E-Telly at 3 made Punk better? Sure. I mean, technically speaking, yes. It technically did. It didn't change that much. The problem with Punk is that it's a combo deck. And if there's a combo deck that is better than Punk, you're not going to play Punk. Or, more specifically, if there is a combo deck better than any of the other decks below it, you're realistically not going to play any of the other lower rated decks. That's why Adamancipator's not seeing a ton of play. Adamancipator's absolutely buck wild. It's an insane deck. But no one plays it. Why? Because you could just do that with, like, Snake Eyes. You could just do the same thing with Snake Eyes. E-Telly at 3 means you will draw it less? True. I hadn't considered that. Okay. Let's go to Les Shop. And get our free pull. You will only consistently draw limited cards in Master Duel. Or cards that you have not 3 copies of in your deck. That's the big thing. Because the amount of times I've drawn Driver. And Gamma, for that matter. Coolio. So, we are looking to build Mermail. We're looking to build Argostars. I don't know if we'll play Punk. We might play Punk. But, man. Argostars is pretty cheap. It's 2 cards for the engine. So, there's that. I don't actually know what the Actually, you know what? Hold on. Before we do anything, how do you even build Argostars? What do I need for Argostars? Let's go to YGOPRODECK.com. The rule is it's a 3 of. More like none of. True. Maybe that's just you, Markro. Let's look at tournament meta decks for the TCG. And if I type in Argostars, okay. So that it brought up the Fargo WCQ regional. Okay, that's about what I expected, but that's still tragic. Okay. Let's just look at decks. And we'll go Argostar. So, this is with the new stuff, which we don't... What, hold on. What all do we have in Argostars? Argo. So we don't have the Exi. And was it a new trap or was it a new spell? Spell. Well, Floodgate Lich with Argostars stapled on it. True. Make Warrock Argostar for the maximum tier 5. Tier 5? No, I think you mean tier 0. Sorry, 0.0. 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 0. 0. 5. 5.0. You get it. Lovely is my best friend. Drew. I don't actually know what any of these cards do, to be fair. Surely, this person knows what they're doing. This said pure? Pure? How? How are you playing it pure? I'd love to know. You know, I don't know what I expected. I hit auto build on Argostars. It's garbage. Okay, well now I'm interested. Oh, you got me interested. You promise? You promise it's terrible? Argo. Ready, go. Ready, go. My brother and Christmas. What are you doing here? The one of. I guess we could do... No, these are 4s. I thought they were 3s. Brother said 3 Silhouette Rat. Okay, that's interesting. What's up, Digi? One of them Terror Top. Drew. Those are options. What are Star Warrior? Hold on. I just thought of something. I just thought of an individual who may have had a video on this. Oh, hold on.
Good afternoon, Jank enthusiasts! I'm MBT, and this is 1 Minute Overview. We're just a few short weeks from the English release of Supreme Darkness, the newest course...
I know MBT's got me. if we're talking about Jank, I know MBT's got me.
Set designed to make Hero slightly less rogue for the 18th time. Outside of more maliciouses, this set contains the Argostars, a series of trap monsters that reference Japanese World War II aircraft. Wait a minute, what side were they on again? Anyway, here's the combos they can accomplish. Summon Glorious Audra, then set Tydell and Capane. Summon Tydell from the back row and at home stadium, then activate Capane and, I don't know, gain life points? I guess you could summon a Silhouette and get an Ateo? My take? At present, this is a series of trap monsters that are pretty available, like Eldritch, but they're not powerful, like Eldritch. If you like, you could force them into a trap monster pile with Anguish Pattern, or maybe try a 6-card engine in a deck that lacks a convincing normal summon a la Alistair, but why waste waifus? What's
convincing? Wait, Alistair has its normal.
It's weirder, we know there's a second wave of support coming that's just as underwhelming. Honestly, I cannot see what they were going for. Good afternoon!
Does he have another one? I thought he had another one. Silhouette Rat! Oh, dang. I thought he had a different one. Hold on, let's go to Yu-Gi-Oh! Lithium. What am I doing? Argo Eldritch. Son of a bitch. No! That's not what I wanted! Oh, boo. Boo.
Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. So, new Argostars, the revealed. What is it? A new level 4 monster and a new spell. Basically, quickly spell a Searcher. So, a Sanguine summoning basically for Argostars.
Centurion?
Fantastic card.
Now, Centurion. See, now Centurion's interesting. I like that idea. I don't know if it's any good, but I like that idea. And you can play it in Uria Trap Monster Control. Sorry, hold on. What? Uria Trap Monster Control. That's not a thing. Tenpai. Use 2 level 3 Tenpais for Invoker for out. That's the play! That's the plan! Genius! That's so funny. What if I used my Tenpai monsters to go into a terrible, no good, very bad archetype that doesn't do anything? That's so funny. Oh, I love that idea as well. We could throw in That's 10 for the You're Finished memes. Huh? There's a fair amount of lists on YGO Pro for some reason. Least toxic Invoker search target. True. At that point, just play Terror Top. I mean, I don't hate Eldritch. I don't love Eldritch, to be fair, but I don't hate Eldritch. Also, what the hell is this side deck? What is this? What the hell is this card?
I'm running that at 3. The card that I'm not running is a new one, because this is not pure... Can you run it? Fantastic card. I'm running that at 3. Sure. So a Sangan summoning basically for Argostars. Fantastic
Oh,
card.
this is
I'm
with the
running
new
that at
Eldritch stuff. Oh, this isn't. Oh, this is Alliance. Okay, I was getting so confused. I was like, this ain't Argos. Did he just not do Argostars? Oh no, he did. He did.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. So new AR.
It also doesn't look good. X-Rev's at 3? What is happening in the TCG? They're like, you know what? 3 pots for everyone. Everybody gets pots. I mean, we could. What if we did? Okay, you know what? Hold on. Let me look back at. Does anyone have like actually interesting? The problem is that no one has topped with this deck at any point ever. So I can't find reasonable, understandable deck lists from real humans. It's all just like, no, we're not playing Magic Planter. No. El Exorio del Duelista? Oh yeah, we could do that. What is it? Exordio. Argostars, new continuous trap deck. I do like that. I should. Hold on. I want to see the deck list. I gotta see the deck list. Oh wait, hold on. Deck analysis is always better. Main support. Did I miss it? Main starter. Key cards. Yep, you got. Main defenders. Yep. Best card. Yep. The like one normal monster that does anything. There's no shot you gave an 8 in control. Nah. How do you top with a deck that does nothing, Snow? Smile. You smile at your opponent and you go, please let me win? And you better have a good smile. I still want this deck to be playable. It looks interesting. It looks very cool and interesting. And they were like, no. And then they made Tomb Keepers. And it's like, why? Draw power fucking 0. I'm sorry. Just having a 0 in a stat is so funny. That's like, hey, what's your strength stat? 0. I can't carry nothing. I can't even wear the armor on my back. Early game 2. Graveyard Recycle 1. Minigame's good. 7.1? You gave it a 7.1? Nah. There's no way. Okay. I think he's just so much better at me at this game than me. Win ratio is 60% with this deck. Brother had a winning ratio on this? Who the heck was he playing against? Dead hands, 3 out of 10. OTK, 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. That's actually more impressive that he got 2 out of 10 in OTA. Alextorio is an optimistic guy. Yeah. Dude, the way he rated Orchist, I was like, no shot. And then Orchist was a meta deck, and I was like, oh, maybe he's right. maybe they're right. Typhon. No, Typhon's crazy. All right, here's the deck. Never mind. I didn't know. Never mind. I hadn't considered. I hadn't considered we were playing Stun. Never mind. It makes more sense now. Bro said, fuck you, and then dropped a shifter. That might be what we do, though. Honestly, this doesn't look bad. I hate to say it, chat. This looks good. Not Typhon. That decreases his win rate. Duel Live has good replays on Argo. Does that give me the deck list? Because that's what I really want. I gotta know the deck list. But you know what? We'll look at Argos. What do Argos even do? Let's go to the Duel Live. Draw the outfit, filthy casual. True. We want this one, and we want Argos, and we want this one. Duel Live does get deck list. Oh, that's so sick. Oh, I didn't know that. I knew it got that update, but cool. Bruh. What a hand. Extrav? Oh no! Why are you Maxine? My brother in Christmas. You didn't think to droll? Alright, whatever. Draw one. Oh my gosh, it was a crazy draw. Okay, hold on. What did the Argostars even do? Once per turn, you can pay 1,000 life points, add an Argostar card from your graveyard or banishment to your hand. Okay. Each time a continuous trap in your spell and trap card zone is special summoned to the field, inflict 500 damage. Oh, burn! Once per chain, if a continuous trap activates its effect in your monster zone, while you have a banish, you can target to face a card your opponent controls to get its effects until the end of the turn. If a continuous trap activates its effects in your monster zone while you have a banished Argostar monster. Son of a biscuit. That is a stipulation and a half. Okay. During the opponent's turn, if you control a continuous trap, you can banish this card from your hand to make the attack of one monster on the field until the end of this turn 0. On normal, you cannot activate cards. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of the continuous trap cards. Or their effects. You banish it to place 2 Argo continuous traps with different names from your hand and or deck face up in the spell and trap card zone. This one adds an Argostar monster from your deck to your hand, and immediately, if a continuous trap is in your monster zone, or if a continuous trap with an effect that special summons itself from the monster zone is in your spell and trap zone, you can normal summon a warrior monster. During your main phase, War Rocks! During your main phase, you can banish this card from your grave and target 2 cards on the field, including an Argostar continuous trap, return them to the hand. So it's also kind of maybe a little removal. Okay. And these do stuff. Okay. Maxi 2, Electric Blue. We're activating this. The macro. That's cool. That just doesn't do anything. Oh, goodbye. Goodbye. Argostars are the same level as Nowhere, if not lower, of Ashen. I did try it. They were so trash. I really wanted to play them, but they shattered that. Nah, we're gonna make it good. I promise. It's gonna be so good, dude. I like setting one imperm and not setting the other. That's a very cool idea. You put it in the imperm column, you dingus! Why? No! This game is so good. I'm so glad we're watching these duel lives from very good duelists. Burn! Well, you know, when your opponent doesn't do anything, it looks pretty good. Argostars, where's Odeon? Yeah. We're like a fake human versus a fake human? True. You thought these were real people? No. What about... What is this? Oh, it's Blue Eyes, but with Shen Shen. Why? That sounds so bad. Why are we playing Shen? I don't know. Let's watch it. Maybe Argostars does something in this. Maybe we actually see a legitimate game. Or, likely, brother draws Drill Beam and it's just game over immediately. How much do you want to bet? How much do you want to bet Drill Beam currently in... Ooh! Not Drill Beam. We're not looking at the right hand. Never mind. Can I view this side? Okay, yeah. Tuck board. Yeah. Invoker. Why Valor now? They didn't even activate... What? You didn't want to wait until they activated the effect? You were like, no, now! Okay. Search. Field spell. Link into Silhouette Rat. I guess we just do... This seems so bad. Why did we not set Apophis? That's like the one card you absolutely set. Am I crazy? What? Why would you not set Apophis? Playing around Duster. Yeah! Imagine having the card that outs Duster and being like, no, not gonna set it. I'll just die to Duster. I'm dying. Okay, yeah. Oh, we're back! Okay, yeah. Sprint! Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Whee! Oh, because we needed a discard. So why did we not decide to... I guess English is a little better? What else was in our hand? No, we had this in hand. No, You definitely set Apophis. You definitely keep the Argostar card. Okay, yeah. Pop off, King. Blue Eyes! Oh, are we dead? How dead are we? Brother. Don't think about it. It's fine. Did we reset True Light? Yes. Okay. They need a discard. Yes. No! No! Do we have anything at this point? I mean, we drew the Argostar card. Oh, we could just search another one. Okay, this Blue Eyes player is not real. I refuse to believe that they are a real human. Woo! Tag out. Let's go. Okay, bounce. Special. Yeah, special. Whoa. Wait, why is she so large? Why the hell? Double A? Double A Zayas! This deck's so good. No, it didn't matter anyway. No. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, wait, no, never mind. They fucked up. Double A Zayas, hidden effect. Don't click the button. Now click the button. Oh my god. Yeah! Double A Zayas, take it home! I like setting before combat, very funny. And then they just normal summon the Sage because you kept adding it back to hand! Stop giving them this card! Imperm immediately. Brother said no. Don't activate the effect, you're now dead anyway! Oh, you silly... Oh, okay. Yeah, that Imperm definitely did stuff. We're definitely doing stuff here. Wow, this was a game. This was a game of all time. Help. Dude, it's so good! All it requires is your Blue Eyes opponent to throw away every interaction that they ever had. Which, you know, that That seems about right. Why is there a math mech? What? Hold on. Why is there a math mech card? What is this? This got so much worse. There's one math mech card. Why? I've clicked on a mistake. Oh my gosh. I just wanted to see Argostars. This was a terrible idea. This gave me just about as much information as YGO Pro did. Whole baby. This incredible. Incredible. Rank 4 toolbox. I don't... You know what? I'll figure it out. I just wanted to know what we needed 3 of, and I think... You know what? I think we got it. I think we figured it out. Trust me, guys. The free rank 4 is worth it. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Alright, to the shop! It's time to open packs. What kind of rabbit hole did you go down into? Great question. The Argostar rabbit hole, apparently, because that was a tragedy. Whew, that was a tragedy and a half. Give me good cards. Give me good cards. Master Duel replays are jailed. True. Argostars, let's go. Wait, there's another Fiendsmith card? Agnum Day. Butterfly fish. The trap monsters can operate under Baguska, right? No. No. They're terrible. You thought they were good? No. They activate as monsters. I mean, the trap effects, yes. Those work under Baguska, but like the monster effects, no. Kyria? No, that's Kyrie. Like Kyrie Irving. You can't tell me that's Kyria. This is such a crazy pack for NR again. Is it? Is it really? What new cards did we get that are worth playing in NR? Neptibus and the new Poseidra? Are... They're not? Oh, this guy. Yeah. I didn't think about that. Greek word referencing Kyrie No, it's Kyrie Irving. It's the famous basketball player. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Those are what I wanted. Like how Nero says it in DMC. Do you think I've played DMC? Oh, cool, the Argostar. Hedor is just tidying 2. Grand Knight Red Lotus is insane for Tenier. Grand Knight Red... Hold on. What are these cards you're talking about? What? Huh? What? Okay, hold on. What are the new cards? The Neptibus. Mantman. The Ultra Human. Don't think about it. Poseidra, the Storming Atlantean. Okay. Evil Hero Infernal Rider. Abyss Steam. Evil Hero Darkest Knight, which just requires a fiend and a normal. And a warrior. Dark Supremacy. Kyrie. Firestorms over Atlantis. Can you tell me what's happening in this picture? Chat, I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes real quick. Do this exercise with me. Close your eyes. Now open them for 5 seconds. Stare at this picture, and then close them again. And then I want you to describe to me what was in that picture. Brother, what the fuck is happening? This image is awful. Holy crap. It's Pokemon battle. This is so incomprehensible. Dude, what is Hyung doing? Why does he look like... Why does it look like that? I can very clearly see Poseidra. Hyung is just... That's something. Water, fire, guy, stroke. That is like... Hyung there looks very similar to, like, Lord of the Heavenly Prison. In theory, he goes hard. Hyung means formless god. Great. They definitely got that. If only Fiendsmith Rex was playable. Wasted art. Rex? Where the heck is Rex? Hmm? Oh. Yeah, this one. It's good artwork. I agree. Crazy. Cool. Let's just continue opening packs. The obligatory retrain of High Tide of Fire Island. Hilarious. Is that full Fiendsmith combo? Full Fiendsmith combo, let's go! Remember when Abyss Sphere was crazy? Because I don't. But I've heard the stories. I missed. Foxy Tune. Great for when he sees a light beam. I don't know if you've seen MBT's videos on, of course it's you as well, or his video on it making like Hero actually meta, and it was just, hey, what if we did Hero, but we used the Hero cards just to go into a Light Fiend, and I was like, hell yeah. And then it was just Fiendsmith combo. I was like, based. What's hilarious about it is it's by far the best version of Hero. I love it. They're like, what if I did Hero, but none of the Hero things? It's like, great. 10 out of 10. No notes. Oh. Xiamen. Whoa. I'm gonna get one UR, aren't I? And it's gonna be a terrible UR. This entire 10 opening. Tragic. This is better than nothing. Okay, I did need that. Fierce Parth? Does it not look like that needed... There was like a letter that was cut off? I will get the hero card? True. I didn't. I got the Mermail card, which is nice. I do need those. I need Mermail and I need Argostars, which I have yet to see any of. Oh, what if I skip this one? Son of a biscuit. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. You hate to see it. Every punk deck I've ever seen does punk combo to put 2 bodies on field or Fiendsmith for Fiendsmith combo. To rave. It's Hero, but it doesn't end on the nib token. Do you think Fiendsmith doesn't end on a nib token? They still end on a nib token. What are you talking about? It's like, alright, I'll end on Desiree Pass. It's like, cool, here's Nibiru. Like, yep. You got it. Oh, tragic. No. Oh, come on, give me something good. New Mask Heroes genuinely do more for Omni Hero than any card printed in the last year has, with just what's been revealed today. Oh, I forgot about the new cards. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we have new cards, PogChamp new cards. Oh, true. They do an additional bit of burn. I forgot about that. You're right. You're right. They don't just end on nib token. They do 1,200 damage. Which, hey, if we were playing Magic, that'd be crazy. The game wasted my time. Why does it do that? It was like, you got an upgrade, and then there was nothing upgraded. Bruh. Nothing. Now this might be the worst opening I think we've ever had on this channel. One. Oh, huh? What about this one? Oh, what? Oh. I mean, Dragoons is nice. Alright, cool. Cool. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Whatever. Oh, we get a... Ooh, wait! Free pack! Let's go! I'm simply gonna get a card that matters. I've never seen this card in my life. What is this? Oh? Alright. Thanks, game. This game is out to get me. It's because Konami hates you. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Konami hates you. Boost for Atlantean, Argostars. Argostar cards also join the battle. Argostars cards also join the battle. Who made this? Who wrote these? Brother, Hero is the main selling point. Why would you not say a boost for Fiendsmith? Or like a boost for Hero? And no one gives a crap about Argostars. The second Arcanite retrain. True. True. Alright. Let's dismantle some cards. Do I have 3 judgment? No, I don't. No, I don't. If I were to dismantle this, how much would I get? I would get 30. That's interesting. Not really. I have a tuning. That's cool. I don't need the evil hero stuff. We ain't playing hero. I'm sorry. For anyone who is here for me to play hero, I hate to break your heart. That was never going to happen. Anyway. We'll get rid of you. We'll get rid of you. I like that I have one of each rarity for the Salomon Graded Flyer. It is peak comedy. Do I need area? Is the question. Let's actually look at some Mermail lists, shall we? Shall we? Oh, wait, hold on. Before we do that, before we do anything else, we gotta talk about the new cards! PogChamp new cards. Neos and Lacrima looming in the background. Fish. We have new Dark Magician and new Masked Hero support, which is very funny. And also, is that a main deck Masked Hero monster? We'll talk about it. We have a Dark Magician of Destruction, which is a level 8 Dark Spellcaster fusion effect, a monster with 28 26 and requires Dark Magician. And a light or dark monster must be fusion summoned, must either be fusion summoned or special summoned from the extra deck by banishing one level 6 or higher Dark Spellcaster monster you control during the turn a spell or effect was previously activated. That also does not require your you to have been the one to activate said spell card, meaning stuff. I don't know what it means. But that's interesting. You can only special summon it, this card once per turn this way, no matter which method you use. Oh, sorry. You can only special summon it once per turn, no matter which method. Why? Hold on. Why is this worded this way? You can only special summon Dark Magician of Destruction once per turn this way, no matter which method you use. So why does it say... Why would it not just say you can only special summon it once per turn, no matter which method? Why is the this way in there? I don't know. First effect. Does this have a once per? This card's name becomes Dark Magician while face up on the field or in the grave. And if this card is special summoned, you can add Dark Magician or a card that mentions it from your deck to your hand. Okay, but it is a... It's not a once per turn. So if you were to properly fusion summon it, you could, like, Monster Reborn it and then use its effect again to search. That's interesting. Theoretically, if you could ignore summoning conditions, you could bring it out again. Well, you could just properly fusion summon it, right? Like, you could use Dark Magician and a light or dark monster and a fusion spell in order to fusion summon this, then get the effect to search, then send it to the graveyard, and then bring it back via the myriad of ways to bring cards back, and then trigger the effect again. Granted, that's likely not worth it, but that is something you could theoretically do. Whereas Dingirsu is very much like, no, once, thank you. The artwork is goated. The artwork is fine. Dragoon Turbo? Yes. Yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure. Of course. Yeah. Obviously. He reminds me of Magia. Don't know where you're seeing that, but okay. Argostars get pretty decent with the Odeon cards. Pure Odeon is better, but it can hold its own. But without it, and without their Wave 3 cards, it's pretty underwhelming. Yep. We have Timaeus, the Untied Magi Dragon, which is a level 10 light dragon fusion effect monster with 28 18, requires Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl and 1 spellcaster or dragon monster. Okay, sure. You can only use the second and third effect of this card's name once per turn. After this card is special summoned until the end of the next turn, this card is unaffected by other cards' effects. And that is not an activated effect. That just applies as soon as it hits the field. Similar to Titaniclad. Interesting. Oh, until the end of your next turn. Okay. If this card battles during damage calculation, you can make this card gain 100 attack for each spell in the graves and banishment. Okay. During your opponent's turn, you can target a spell trap on the field, destroy it. Hey, that deals with True Light. Okay, interesting. The Glaze of Timaeus. Quick play spell card. That is some really cool artwork. Oh, that's super sick. Branded DM would go crazy in theory. No, it wouldn't. I mean, yeah, for sure. You can only activate one of this card's name per turn. Target one Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl you control or in your grave. Fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that mentions it as material by shuffling the monsters into the deck but banishing it during the end phase of the next turn. Wait. Quebin. How does this work with this card? Because this is until the end of your next turn. So if you were to use this on the opponent's turn, you would still be banished. But if you were to use this on your turn, you'd be fine. Or technically it would come up, right? Like, how, hold on, how would this apply? This is treated as a special summon with Eye of Timaeus. Would this still get banished? Timaeus that mentions Dark Magician. This is the only relevant card. True. Oh, that's such a good artwork. Okay, this is, yeah. Oh. Konami making progress with alt arts. I love that. That's a great alt art. That is exactly what we want. That's what we want. Hey, you can get this cheaper version of Secrets of Dark Magic, or you could get this really cool version that's in alternate artwork and is higher quality. I like that. Good. 10 out of 10. No, it's perfection. Diabell Deception, Flip Deception, make the new fusion, make Dragoon, make Sylvia, that's 2 Omnis without your normal, Or you can do the Snake Eye line instead of Sylvia. Hell yeah. I love Dragoon. Dragoon's such a good card. Effects that are end of turn don't fall off until turn pass. Yeah, so here's the thing. With Timaeus, right? After this card is special summoned, during the end of your next turn, this card is unaffected by other cards' effects. My question is, does the gaze of Timaeus, would that still banish this card? Right, but banish it during the end of the next turn. The end phase of the next turn, right? Would that still apply to this? Or would it be unaffected and therefore stick around? That was my thinking, was surely it sticks around. But every time I say, oh, clearly this is how this would work, Konami says, no, 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 and then kicks me in the teeth and says it works the other way. Crazy Freudian slip? What do you mean Freudian slip? I said the gaze of Timaeus. Ooh, there was no slip. It resolves during your turn when fusion still has its protection. So it wouldn't be banished, right? So what you're telling me is what I am thinking, which is that this card would be unaffected by the card's effect, and this is a card effect. I would keep the fusion. I would keep the fusion. I would keep the fusion. Okay. Now, granted, I've thought this in the past, and Konami has said, no, no, you stupid cow. That's not how this works. And then I sent the card away. And I'm like, huh? Now, to me, it wouldn't make sense, but I've seen Konami do stupider things. These are cards that are... This is the best card, and it's not close. This card is very good. It does state Dark Magician. It's an Eye of Timaeus card. Yep. Nope, this card's great. Moving on. Masked Hero. Masked Hero has a few new cards. We have the main deck Masked Hero monster, which is Dusk Crow, which is a level 4 Dark Warrior effect monster with 1,200-1,000. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can banish one hero monster from your grave to special summon this card. Fun. Okay. And on normal or special, you can add a Masked Hero monster from your deck or grave to your hand, except itself. This is just a Cyberse monster. This is just Mathmech Circular. Why is this just circular? Okay. Alright, cool. What else we got? We have Hero Furnace, which is the only other Masked Hero monster in the main deck that you could add. Hold on. Am I wrong? Masked Hero. No. I am not wrong. That is the... does it say card? No. This is the only other option. This is the only option. This is the only option. Which says... which is a level 7 level 7 Fire Warrior. Oh no. Effect monster with 20-1,000. And you can only use the first and second effect of this card name once per turn. You can reveal this card in your hand to add a mask change or polymerization from deck to your hand, then discard a card. You cannot special summon from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect, except for hero monsters. Saved. If you special summon a non-fire hero fusion monster, you can special summon this card from your grave if it was there when the monster was summoned, or hand even if not, but banish it when it leaves the field. So it is just circular. Again. Interesting. So you can so you could normal that guy, search that guy grabs mask change, and then discards itself. And then you could mask change using the dark monster to go into Dark Law, and then Hero Furnace immediately comes back. And then you could go into stuff. So this is another normal summon for Hero. And it immediately gets them access to Mask Change. Thanks, I hate it. And then we have Atomic, which is a level 8 Fire Warrior effect fusion monster with 26,000. Must be special summoned with Mask Change, and you can only use the first and third effects of this card's name once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can target one non-fire masked hero monster in your grave or banishment, special summon it in defense position, ignoring its summoning conditions. The first time, this is a masked hero monster. So we have one target for that. Cool. The first time this card will be destroyed by battle or card effect this turn, it is not. During the end phase, you can target one change quick play spell card. Sorry, quick play spell in your grave. Set it. Cool. So, okay, and then we have Darklaw. This is just Anki. Hold on. They just made Anki 2 Electric Boogaloo. That's the same artwork. How many more hero cards are they getting? 1 million, probably. OCG only has 1 Dragoon. TCG has no Verte. So Bat DM can only make 2 Dragoon in Master Duel in 2027. Yep. Master Duel really is really good at balancing their game, aren't they? Isn't it so cool? There are more hero cards than the entire fish and worm archetypes. Yes. Well, they're not archetypes, but I get what you mean. Darklaw, Poly, Chaos. Yeah, these are thanks, I hate it. These are certainly cards that do exist that I am not a fan of, because basically what this says is, hey, hero, if you have any hero monster, if you have any hero monster in your grave and Dusk Crow, you guarantee have access to Mask Change. And even without that, you still have access to Mask Change through Furnace. And if you have any Dark monster, you get Darklaw basically for free. I hate it. I'm not a fan of Darklaw. I think Darklaw is a bad card. I think it is poorly designed, and it's one of the most frustrating aspects of playing against Hero. It also was previously one of the most frustrating aspects of playing Hero, because you never really guaranteed had access to the Mask Change and to Darklaw, so you were like, one of my best cards is locked behind a way that is not consistent for me to gain access to it, and it was very frustrating. Now, it's more consistent, so at least now it's more interesting to play Darklaw, but like, Dear Lanta, why that card? Why that card? We're gonna have like easier access to Plasma again? Are we gonna get more Plasma support now? Man, they really just can't make Hero anything other than just Floodgate Turbo. Speaking of Floodgate Turbo, that's what we're gonna do with Argostars. Smile. What the hell? I have a random TG card. Cool. Don't know where that came from. Oh, that's what I was gonna look up as well. I was going to look up. That was a bad choice. We're gonna look up Mermail. Let's do this one. I just want to look at 3 Shadow Squad, 3 Atlantean Prince, and then do one of that. Okay. And I think the rest of these cards are pretty cheap, right? Wait, is Moon Glacia... Is that a higher rarity card? I don't remember. But we're not playing Arya. That's what I was actually looking at. No. Let me actually look at a second list. What about this one? Are you playing Arya? No. Okay. You playing Arya. Delicious. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Out of there. Water barrier statue? Yes. Mermail's really cool. They really turned a stove gas into a hero card. Have you seen the labyrinth cards? Is the extra deck for Mermail expensive? Well, that doesn't help. Hold on, let's go to this one, which is post-ban list. Relatively expensive, but not terribly expensive. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's relatively expensive. I don't know if we're gonna be able to build Mermail today, but we are gonna build Argostar. That is gonna happen. We're gonna do that. Argo. Wait, hold on. Statue of Anguish Pattern. It's a common. Hell yeah. And then we want the other card. Apophis. Dimensional Fissure. Hooray! Shifter. Argostars. Three of you. I would imagine we play 3 of this, right? I would imagine we play 3 of this. We also need Silhouette Rat, which I need to also craft, which is not fun. That's okay. Oh, I don't have enough crafting points, do I? I have not enough. That's a tragedy. Oh no. At this point in the game, almost every deck could be considered expensive. True. What Mermail is going to miss in Master Duel is Toad? Yeah. I mean, it matters, but not as much. Fire King Endboard is so healthy, while Mermail is all about floodgates and hand looping. Yep. Yeah, pretty much. Special summon this card, and add an Argostar from deck to hand. Man, this card is so terrible. This card's really good, I promise. It's so good. Discard a card to search a card? Fantastic. Do we play 3 Home Stadium? I don't remember. Argostar. Yeah, why are we playing 2 of this? Why are we playing 2 of this? Can you play both Dominuses? No. We need Dark or Earth. Sorry, not Dark, Earth. We need Earth. Dominus. But we can play Purge. Which is not bad. Which I don't have. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. I'm running out of crafting points. Immediately. I've immediately run out of crafting points. This is going to be very good, I promise. Maybe we never build Mermail. You ever think about that? What Mermail stuff do I have? I don't think I have any of the Mermail stuff. I have none of it. Ooh. That's... Ooh! You hate to see it. Okay, you know what? Hold on. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to, we're gonna get 2,000 more gems, and maybe then we can build Argostar more effectively. The fact that I didn't pull anything is crazy to me. That is kind of crazy. Have you ever thought about that? Imagine if there was a deck that could play both Dominuses. You know, a deck that, like, maybe didn't require, monsters. Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay. Surely I pull, like, Mermail or something like that, right? Those packs were very favorable, and I don't like it. Or an all-divine archetype? True, an all-divine archetype would be something. Where it just, like, plays the Egyptian gods and it only needs them for, like, reveals or something. Like, that actually could be... That actually could be a reasonable... This is... Chat, I know what we're doing. Oh, cool. Royal. Awesome. First pack? First pack? First pack? First pack? Alright, game. I see you. I'm gonna get nothing out of the rest of these packs, and I know it. Because you gave me a Royal in the first one. And... Does Lightstorm Dragon do anything for anything at any point ever? Mermails it is. I don't even think Mermail... Hold on. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Do you want to know something? I'm pretty sure Mermail doesn't play that card. I'm pretty sure Mermail does not play Deep Sea. It's son of... It's fine. It's fine! I think I might have Punk. That... Mermail it is! Alright, cool. What are these packs? Lightstorm is the spell trap answer in Blue Eyes. Ah, I knew it was in something. I forgot. Where were these earlier? Alright, Mermail it is, I guess. Don't ask why I took off my glasses. I couldn't tell you. Wagon. I do really want to play Argostars though. Marksman. Watch my next 10-pack just be absolute garbage. Just, like, literally nothing. I'm gonna get, like, one SR. Nice. Cool. Hell yeah. The game is telling me something. Yeah. It said, play hero. Mermail. No. Hero. Ah! That's mean. That's mean. That's mean. Oh, that's mean. Do I have the Punk cards? Let me actually check something. Because we might play Punk as well. Hold on. Oh, I don't have any of the necessary cards. That's a no bueno. Tragic. Tragic. How much do you need for Punk? Let me actually check. Does someone have a deck list for Punk? Don't do this to me. There are a few Punk decks. Yeah, it's a 3-of. Of course it's a 3-of. Why would it not be a 3-of? Why would the new card not be a 3-of? Of course. Oh yeah, last 1,000 gems, I'm getting nothing from this pack. I'm getting nothing. Watch. See, told you. QQ. QQ. A Gundam. I mean, Agnum Day. Man, I hate that artwork. It's so weird. Oh, it looks so goofy. Oh! No! Actually, wait, no. We can decraft that. That's actually slightly better. It's like, not bad. Not bad. Dragoons. Cringe. Imagine not pulling a UR. Imagine not pulling anything. Imagine not getting anything. That. Alright, go down. Fuck you, do. Man, that's so stupid. Okay. Alright. Well, that sucks. Alright, let's go. Let's build Argostars. Ay ay ay. About as I expected, but still frustrating. I hate it when I'm right, because I'm only ever right about the things that I don't want to be right about. I'm only ever right when it's a negative to myself. Imagine. Alright. Let's go back to building Argostars. Argos. What does this one even do? Quick effect, reveal, return an Argo continuous trap, and if you do special summon, you banish this card you control to set a continuous trap from your hand. Be activated this turn. Wow. What a... yeah, we'll play 2 of that. We'll play 3 of you. You gotta play 3 of this, right? There's no shot we don't. We also gotta play 3 of this one that searches, right? This is the one that searches. Yep. We'll play... What does this one do? This one bounces. This one gains life points. I guess we play more of this. Dimension. Y'all. Let's play... What else do we play? Do we play La Cucaracha? Wait, what? I have an extra cockroach. Oh! We do need Silo Hat Rat. That's something to keep in mind. We definitely play Imperm. We definitely play Dominus. Purge. We play Apophis. And statue. And what else? Can we play Nib? We can play Nib. I actually don't hate that. Nib's kind of crazy. Huh? Yeah. Nib. Maxi. Is there a point to playing Coldbind? No. I guess we could play Ash instead of Purge if we wanted to. Tiki? Azuroon? Yeah, maybe Azuroon. Guess. Sure. Do we play like triple tag? Probably not, right? That doesn't really make sense. Look, if we go second, we're cooked. It's either Warrior Turbo or Trap Control. Yeah, Warrior Turbo. Why is the engine so big for something so mediocre? What do you mean? The engine's like this and then like these. Technically, you don't need this. Technically, you don't need this. Especially if you're playing it as an engine. You don't need this. You can cut down on the traps. I'm just maxing out on it because we're playing Argos, specifically. And I want to be able to, like, draw into playable cards. But, I mean, I have access to, what? 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 15? 15 non-engine? Like, that's not bad. It's not great. Wait a second. Wait a second. Cut this. We'll cut you. And we'll cut Purge and Nib, and we'll play what is it? What is it? Terror Top. Terror Top and Tomborg. And then we can play Invoker. Which I randomly have. Do we have Silhouette? Silhouette. I don't. Did I spell it wrong? Is it 2 L's? Oh, there's an H. Ah. Silhouette. Ah. Silhouette. Rat. I see. We want what? Typhon? Do I not have Typhon? Well, that's something. Uh-oh. That's too many URs. Chat, that's too many URs. Chat, no. Chat, no, it's too many. It's fine. Imagine if I pulled one, count them, one Argostar card. Imagine. Oh. I guess we play like rank 4s. What rank 4s do we even play? Bagoo? Bagoo. Dugaris? I actually do like the idea of Dugaris. But that's probably a terrible option, huh? Cowboy! We can Cowboy for game. Dweller. Dweller is actually not bad right now. Sure. I guess we play like Downerd, right? Downerd. No, it's down. BRD. SP, right? SP's not bad. Do we have like a... I guess we could go into like a different rank 3, right? What kind of rank 3s we have? We could play, Gossip Shadow, which is not terrible. Oh, Mirage Talio! And then we could play a better deck. Yeah, I mean, I should be playing Redoer. Verte, DPE. No, I hadn't thought about that. You know, I don't hate that idea. We could do that. That is like a what? Fortune tune for Zayas. No. You know what? Sure, why not? That sounds terrible though, but why not? We'll also do Gossip Shadow. Redo. Yeah, we should probably be playing Redoer. Is Levy Dragon good for rank 3? No. Not in this deck. Because generally, I mean, we'd have to start with Terror Top, which means Leviair kind of doesn't do anything. It just kind of be sitting there, until you normal summon this, and then you could like normal summon it, and then if it gets interacted with, it's not like it's gonna change any of that. This is a once per, right? It's not a bad idea, but I don't think it'd be worth the extra deck slot. Whereas, like, at that point, like, Gossip Shadow is a little bit better. I guess, in theory, you could also potentially put the spell traps into the back row. Maybe it would be, technically. But is it worth the... Like, is it actually worth the extra deck slot? Because, like, theoretically, you could use Terror Top on a later turn as well if you, like, draw it, because you could put all the other stuff into the back row, and then you could use that in order to go into Leviair and bring back the Blue Girl after getting the Blue Girl. So, like, that's not, like... But at that point, like... I don't know. You could also just summon from deck at that point, right? With MX Saber. Like, you could do the same thing just with MX Saber Invoker. Right? Yeah. Yeah, you could just do the same thing. What was the other thing I was thinking of? Oh, someone said Verte DPE. We could do that. We could do that. I actually don't hate that idea. Does this even put 2 bodies onto the field? Hold on. This requires 2 effect monsters. These are effect monsters. So theoretically we could do that, into that, into that, into that, into make Verte. The question is, because if we do that, we'd basically have to be cutting the, like, banish stuff, which means we're not playing Floodgates. Which I don't know if that's more worthwhile than DPE or less worthwhile than DPE. There was a trap monster like Magicalida? True. But DPE is very funny, and it does hard carry games. And it would give us an additional, like, control option, which I think is fairly decent. The problem is it puts the traps into the grave rather than putting them back into the back row. You wouldn't be able to use them again, which I think is the big thing. Right? I'm wondering how much it matters to be able to put these back into the back row as opposed to being able to use them as extra deck monsters. and I don't know. I think if... You know what? Let's... But see, Verte is very funny. You know, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah. Let's play DP. Destroyer. Phoenix Enforcer. Denier. Do we play Mally? Mally doesn't really do anything, right? We play Dasher? We play Celestial? No, I need a higher level. Celestial. I guess we still play Celestial, right? As opposed to Denier? And then we play Dasher? Do we play Malicious? Yeah, we play Dasher, right? Yeah, we'll play Dasher. And then we need... Destiny... Fusion. Why did I put a T there? Interesting. Does this look good? No. No. It's great. You know what? Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, if we have this and this and this, I don't know if we need the third one of this. Argostar, then immediately normal summon. Normal summon. During main phase, you can manage to destroy 2 cards, including Argo. I don't know. This seems like way too good of a card to not play 3. Now we can play Argostar Warrock. Argo Rock. True. I forgot about Warrock DP. Okay. What else? What else? And then we play Elf. Then we play Elf as a way to bring back SP. I don't know. We could play... I have no idea. We could play... something. Theoretically, we could play something. Oh, wait. Alright. If we play this, we have to cut Purge, which I'm not that big of a fan of. Oh, I didn't think about that. Because, yeah, that's a dark monster. Those were multiple dark monsters. That's a lot of dark monsters. Which means... I guess we'll just play, like, an additional nib, and then we could play... we could play... Droll? We could play Fua? Like, Fua's not terrible. We could play Ash? It's probably just Fua loss, right? It's not Fua. I lied to you. Forget I said anything. It's... I guess Ash. It's Fua. It's Fua. It's 1000% Fua. It's so Fua. What's in the extra? We play... It should be like a second double Azaeus, huh? Yeah, probably. I don't know. SP2, Electric Boogaloo. What do we even have in our extra deck? Oh, we could play Boral Sword. Access Code. Access Code does something, right? Smile? I don't know, I guess. Sure. Access Code's fine. Access Code's fine. Smile. Now the question is... Is there an event going on? No, of course not. Of course not. Dang. This is what I should be building. Now let's find out if this is what we are building. How much do I need? Lots. Okay. Dismantle some cards. Sure. Okay. We got some more. We got some more, which is nice. What are we dismantling? I do like the idea of wind up. Wind up is pretty fun. Wind up is pretty fun, if you ask me. Do I need 2 Zelantis? No. I could get rid of the entirety of mana. That sounds like, honestly, a pretty phenomenal idea. Am I ever going to play Mana DM again? No. No. I'm just not going to do that. That's just not a thing that's going to happen at any point ever. Smile. What else? You can stay. You, on the other hand. Why do I have Dragoon? Don't ask. Alright, cool. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot about the SRs. You and you and... keep you. Elfuria. Cool now. Watch me pull the card that I need. Or that I crafted. I'm gonna pull Apophis. Watch. Nope. Coolio. What is this? Stop. Cannot remove more. Oh, okay. Let's use this one because it's funny. Let's use this one and this one and this one and this one. I like that it's 2 nibs. They decided on 2 nibs, not just one. I got a royal? Oh, lame. Lame. DP. Sawarudo. Alright. Surely this deck's crazy, right? I trust in this deck. I have all faith in this deck. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Surely it's better than War Rocks, right? Smile. Don't make me go second. I'll cry. Let's go! And then it's like 9,000 hand trap 10 pie. This hand's pretty good. It does lose to Imperm. But as does every hand. It's fine. They didn't Imperm. Let's go! Lightning. And... I guess... this one? Let's go like this. We'll pitch lightning. Yeet. Search. Field spell. Not the shiny one. Just to piss you off. Okay, let's do this. Yeah. Bounce this one back to hand. Here. And then make... Oh, we can make Silo Hat Rat! Wait, Silo Hat Rat's crazy. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I guess I could... Okay, let's do this. Add an Argostars card from grave or banishment to hand. We add this one back from grave. Because now we have access to that, and that. So we could go Silo Hat Rat in order to go into the Anguish, which is pretty good at that point. That's probably the play, right? Like, Anguish is pretty decent. Or we could go Apophis, which is also not bad. We could also go Baguska and just be like, alright, out my dingus, which is very funny. I am a big fan of that. Or we could just make Verte. Or we could just make Verte. Why would we not just make Verte? Realistically, I think the correct option is instead of playing DPE, we should probably be playing Dragoon. Because having a big dingus that's hard to out is arguably better than having a pop. But I don't know. Celestial is pretty good. This is the accept the turn it sent to the graveyard? Yeah, okay. So then we'll just set to... Make Verte! Make Verte! Hell yeah. They have 5 cards in their extra. 7. Sorry, I was wrong. They have 7. Seifert. No. What if I said no? I don't want you to get your search there. Thank you. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. Sick. New chain. Go like this, use the effect, discard, special, search, quick play. Burn, bitch! We'll immediately place it back into the back row. Wow, that's crazy. Ooh, what up, guys? Swift? Swift? Sure. Oh, this is fine. DPE. Why'd they go second? Don't ask questions. You know, I hadn't thought about the fact that DPE does get an attack boost off of this, which is hilarious. It is very funny. That is in fact something I had not considered. Add this one. Normal. This one. Could you imagine if these cards were bad and you couldn't normal summon the card you searched? That would be crazy. Up to 2. That's good to know. We're gonna place 2. We are in fact gonna place both. Both of them. My guy is very large and very much so in charge. Add the quick play, I guess. It kind of does stuff. It doesn't from one to. Burn! Combat? I guess. Wow, crazy. Yank. No! Almost as good as Warrock? No, it's so much better. I mean, did you see that end board? Warrock doesn't end on that. The new Fiendsmith fusion unaffected and has nice design. Yeah, it'd be a shame if it did anything. No! No, what if I don't draw any hand traps? Yeah, I can actually out Blue Eyes White Dragon. I drew all of my hand traps, as it turns out. Well, I drew 2 of them. The 2 most important ones. Gold Pride? Ew! Ew, stinky! Ew, no. Sure. Special? Lakukaracha. D. Called by? Nothing. Wow, that's crazy. I think I saved the Fua for the opponent's turn. What a great draw. That's exactly what I wanted to draw. True. That is exactly what I wanted to draw. They're gonna pass, right? No, they are gonna do this. Oh, surprising. Okay. I guess they can't really do anything outside of... These are phenomenal draws. These are really good draws. I promise. Search your engines. Yep. Now, I do lose immediately to this card. Because as soon as I normal summon this... Okay. Yeah. Sick. Okay, cool. Is this during the main phase? Yes. Okay, sweet. We're gonna immediately fire the Fua Loss. Couldn't he go Punisher? Yes. Was he gonna do that under Max C? No. They're gonna put it right in the middle. They're not going to put it right in the middle because... reasons, I don't know. This requires a... this card return in Argostars continuous trap to the hand if you do special summon this card. Wow, what a great card. Adra effect. Don't worry, the effect doesn't do anything. Imagine if it did. Now, to be fair, I have a pretty good set of cards here. Okay, Rollerballer. Gee, I wonder what we're getting them. That's actually so much funnier. Oh, that's actually so much funnier than it could have been. Set 1, set 2, set 3, and... actually, yeah, we'll set 4. We'll pass. We were allowed to go to end phase. Oh, that's insane. That's very strange. Sure, let's go like this. Yes, we're gonna use the effect. We're gonna pitch you. He thinks it's stun? Probably. Actually, no. He probably just didn't want to play into the thing. Grab the quick play. He didn't want to play into Fua. Like, almost assuredly. So this doesn't do anything, tragically. Oh? Yeah? Please go to combat. It'd be so cool. Uh-huh. Chariot carry. Sure. Detach material, add a gold pride spell. Inject the hand. Then if your life points are lower, you can send a gold pride monster from your inject your hand to grave. Yep. That's fine. I can't allow this. That is like the most not okay thing. I'm also gonna flip up this. You know what? No, we're not gonna use the idea. I just want to flip it up. Mm-hmm. I guess this one is probably my best option. Mm-hmm. Pep. Yeah. Yep. Feature of Terratop, sure. Does Pep kill me? I think so. Man, Pep's really sick, dude. Sure. Oh, never mind. I'm not dead, because they're bad. Okay. They could have killed me, I think. They banished... What? What the fuck? Why not? Okay. Neo's hero looks underwhelming? That's because it's bad. Can they not attack the Nitro token? Surely they can, right? For sure. What are we doing? We're playing Gold Pride is about as wrong as possible. That's crazy. So now this guy's affected. Where he Dang, okay. Shake my head. We're gonna target the set card, aren't we? You know what? I am gonna do this. We're gonna pitch this one. Mm-hmm. Yeet. Yep. Search out the field spell. So now I can use the field spell to make that guy affected again. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? No, you're staying right there. Not that it mattered. So this is likely what? Imperm? Called by? Could be called by. Ooh, called by. Called by kills me here, huh? That is annoying. That is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. We'll go quick play here. Grab you. Normal. You. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You. 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 Now he's affected again because I'm stupid, but that's okay. It's not okay. I'm actually just lying to you. Oh, that was really dumb. Do I have a way of doing anything about that? Yes, I do. I do. This is not a... Okay. Okay, let's do this. Yep. Bounce you. Place you. Summon Fairy. I'm not playing Underworld. Imperm? Nope. Sick. If I could just make my life points lower. Not imperm. Crazy. Cool. Combat. Set 1. Warrock DB is too good. True! How did it get destroyed? Because the card says text, while your life points are less than or equal to your opponents, who had less life points. That's right, I did. Confirm? Nope, sick. It's not just straight up unaffected. This card is bad. Damn, dude, that's crazy. Anyway. That's why I said when I activated the effect to gain life points, I was like, oh, that's bad. There are limits to unaffected monsters? Well, sometimes. Sometimes there aren't. What if I brought back Dasher? Piri Ray map and Weather Painter? You're just like, what if you didn't have less life points? We clapping. No, I want to play. Now I don't want to play Punk anymore. Yeah, the card's bad. It's one of the worst towers. Is Psychic and Punisher, because the condition, the condition that makes it unaffected is one of the worst. It's so easy to beat that as the opponent, right? Like, for example, with like Noir, it's like it's up to the opponent to make it affected, right? With towers, there's not really anything there, right? Like, you just have to have the out. Pep is specifically a card where it is up to the opponent, basically, unless you get down to like literally 1 HP. It is up to the opponent to make it unaffected. So you can very easily just make it unaffected. How do I feel about Mermail? Mermail is a horribly designed Yu-Gi-Oh deck that exists solely to make me and other people who play against it angry. Sounds like it's good. I wouldn't say it's good in a format with Maxi and Fualos, but it does exist. It is a deck. Maxi, La Cockroach, tragic. What if I made Bamboozling Gossip Shadow? Does that do anything? It does. Stuff, kind of. I think it's just Silhouette, right? Huh? Where's it, Verte? Where is it, Verte? I think we go Silhouette, right? I guess we'll set... What's my best set here? Azure Rune's pretty good. I'll set Anguish. Let's be hopeful that my opponent just doesn't interact with me at any point here. Trust. Hell yeah. Sick. Normal. Adra. Let's do you and you, and then we'll go like you, discarding you, special summoning, adding field spell. We'll go home stadium. Effect. Add back. This one. Add back the trap. And then go. Fiendsmith. Fiend. Nibiru kind of goes crazy here, which is nice. Yeah, that's fine. I'm hyped for Ryziel support? Me too. We added Deluri, right? Off of tracks? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. They don't have any hand traps, which likely means they have a whole bunch of engine. And if it's Fiendsmith, like, this is pretty bad. It's not the worst. We could make Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel could be an issue. What's the likelihood they do that? 0 out of 10. There's no shot they do that. They're gonna go sequence. They're gonna go sequence. No shot they make Chaos Angel here. See, I told you. See, I told you. Then we could nib here. And then they don't have anything. They have Lacrima, which I don't love. If I allow them to shuffle back... Yeah, I think I allow them to... Oh, if they make Desiree, I'm cooked, huh? If they make Desiree, they don't have any follow-up, so I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Fantastic. Fantastic. Lacrima. Lacrima. Maxi. If they went Desiree there, that would have been super bad. We'll put this in the middle. Lacrima. Burn. It's a little annoying. Yeah. We're gonna go statue here. Bounces a card. How does this work? Yeah. Okay. They don't have a normal, really? This targets any card? Sure. That's crazy. What do they have? We'll grab Quick Play. I'm almost certain this one's infirm, which I'm less worried about. Cross out and you didn't have Nib? No, that can't be real. We didn't cross out the Nibiru? What the hell is the point of playing cross out? If you're not gonna cross... What? I have so many questions, dude. What? That doesn't... Huh? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make any sense. Huh? Might have Nib in hand? I guess, yeah. That's like the only logical explanation. Let's do this. Does this do anything if they have Nibiru? Or if they have Imperm? Oh, it's called by. On? Silhouette? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Nib is so overrated these days? No, but okay, sure. You mean underrated? I'll give you underrated, especially in Master Duel. Coolio. Normal. You. And you. Coolio. Go like this. Kua. Burn. No. Oh, you can only use one effect per turn? Ah, okay. I see. Okay, what else? I think we just go combat here. I swear, if I look at their deck list and they're playing Crossout without Nibiru, I'm... No way. We're not even playing Fualaws. What's the point of the Crossout? What is the point of the Crossout? Also, y'all are just absolutely wrong about Nibiru, but sure, whatever. This is the worst Crossout I think I've ever seen. Brother, you have 2 targets. Okay, 3. Oh, 4, sorry. You have 4 targets. And I guess Fiendsmith, maybe, in like the mirror? Ooh. My eyes, man. Yikes. There's also like 2 hand traps in here in general. There's so few. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I'm just chilling. No. I simply draw Maxi. And my opponent doesn't draw the outs to it. Trust. No, I was kidding. But I'll take it. Sure. Replace some Imperms with Dominus? For fucking what? Huh? That's a terrible idea. Wow, Primite. Who would have guessed? Not me. They added Drill Beam as well. Crazy. Imagine thinking Dominus just didn't have restrictions. That's crazy. Have you read Dominus Purge? What? What are you talking about? A lab playing... Are you playing... What? Okay. Is Argostar that bad? Yes. I mean, it's great. Why this guy? What? Make it make sense. Impulse? Okay. That's a terrible draw. What are we playing? Stuff. True. Hadn't thought about that. We've already normaled, right? So it's what? Drill Beam in a Dream? I guess. This genuinely might be a meme deck from my opponent. They're playing Gagagigo, Gagagigo, and then Gogiga Gagagigo. Yeah, and there's Kairio Shin. It doesn't do anything. Sean, I think everything that you have said has made 0 sense this entire time. But hey, you do you, boo. Speak your nonsense. I believe in you. Ash? Ash goes crazy here. Also, Drill Beam does as well. That would suck. Lakukaracha. Sure. I like when my opponent hand rips me. Or hand rips themselves. Imagine this is someone's Skull budget. What? That didn't make any sense, but... maybe. Someone's Skull's a SR, right? Like, why would you not just... Okay. Brosod activating its effect and didn't elect to read the card. It was just like, no, surely that's what we negate. Cool, pass. Yep, that's fine. Why did I not set this? Don't know. Yup. Battle. I do lose to Drill Beam. If they have a second Drill Beam that they set here, I am cooked. But if they don't do that... How kind of them. They didn't elect to normal summon the barrel? What the hell? Send an Umi. Special. From hand. I'll elect to do this. I'll use the effect. You have Drill Beam? Lakukaracha? I'll go Imperm. Yeah, this is a meme deck at this point. They're playing 3 different normals, all of which are terrible. Okay, sure. There's no reason at all to play this card. If we're also playing the other one. Yeah, that's fine. Or a spell effect. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I didn't even need to... Because they don't have... Okay, yeah. I'm stupid. That's fine. I know what the set card is, right? It's not Drill Beam. What they set? Yeah, they said Lord Beam. Okay, cool. Let's do this. We'll go lightning here. Use the effect. Pitch you. Special. Add. Field spell. We'll go like this. Go like this. Add this guy. Normal, this guy. Effect. Yup. You. And you. You. Special. You. Pitch. Special. Add. Let's just add trap here. What do we have? Yeah, we'll add the trap here. I think go Silo Hat is probably the correct option. Actually, hold on. How much damage can I do? It's not enough, right? Yeah, I don't think so. Silo Hat's pretty good. We do that, we could bounce, we could then set, we could then activate and pop. Which pops that, walk off the field, then pop that one. And they just have that guy. They also have that, which requires Umi. Yeah, Silo Hat's definitely the play. Okay, let's go combat here. Walk over this guy. Walk over this guy. Do this. Bounce this guy here. Actually, how much damage do you... Different... Oh, Argostar monster you control with a different name. Okay. 28. Main 2. We'll go... I guess I could burn them a little bit more. Yeah, that's arguably better, right? Let's go Silo Hat. What do we want with Silo Hat? Probably Anguish, right? Anguish is kind of crazy. Apophis is also not bad. Well, I just realized I'm stupid, and that's okay. Because I don't have the trap now. That's actually good. That's a bit goofy on my part. Oh, that's really stupid. Oh, I should have set this one, and then pitched this, and then specialed, and then popped and searched. And now... Can't do any of that, can I? Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb. That's why I had to do that earlier. Because it requires the monster, I forget. That's okay. My opponent has scooped, for some reason. Let's go! 4-turn deck, no more, no less. No. 3, 5, 6? What are you talking about? Deck check him? I mean, it's just Primite with the bad Guggy go goes. Yeah, it's just bad Primite. We're playing 43? We said 43 was the correct option? Because we needed to play the Legendary Fisherman. We needed to play these cards, because obviously they're so good. There's no way. There's no way. Alright. Imagine if they just cut those cards and it was a nice clean 40. Oh, wait, they're only playing 2 Lordly Load. And only 1 Drill Beam. Alright. 1 Drill Beam. I don't hate it. Favorite cards deck. True. This is a hand that dies to Ash. Ready? Diabellstar. Go. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Interessant. I guess we'll start with Fua. My guess is this is Lab, but it very well could not be. It could be a myriad of things. Alright. We'll start with Giant Slaying. Okay. That's actually probably better than if it wasn't that. We'll go like this. Sick. Depa. This is the worst Drill Beam I think I've ever seen. What the hell? Do you not know what this card does? You have Imperm? This is a horrible trade. Yeah, bud, sure. Pop off, King. You did it. You dealt with my DPE. Except for the fact that you fucking didn't, because Drill Beam requires you to negate the card. That's crazy. Never mind! What a terrible, no good, very bad play. Alright, set 1, set 2. Pop off, King. That's crazy. Cool, shake my hand. Come here, I want to shake your hand. Pop-off king has to be my favorite phrase. True. Droll! Droll and Lockbird? Wow! That's crazy! Yeah, sure. He's alright. I'll let him be. He's a cute little guy. First week of Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah. Sprit! There he is. There's the Sprit. Sprit! Mazel. Mausoleum. No. You have triple tack? Triple tack is like the one card that punishes me here, even remotely. And even that's not like a great card. Because it only like kind of does stuff. Special summon of Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes. Big. Big! There he is. There's the boy. There he is. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Wow, crazy. Okay. Imperm. Whoa. Depe. Depe. Was expecting Jet. Honestly, Jet would have gone kind of bonkers there. Anyway, draw 2 because Celestial's frickin' back. Let's go. Whee. That's right, baby. Draw 2. Those are 2 of the worst draws we could have drawn, but that's okay. Normal. Effect. Uh-huh. Grab. I guess that's not actually all that bad now that I'm thinking about it. I thought Terror Top was only on special. Invoker. Wait, never mind. I lied. Those were incredible draws. Invoker. Summon Argo. Adjura. Nibiru! Oh, lame. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Who has the lowest stats? Fine. Oh? He put it sideways. Why did he put it sideways? That's a great question. Okay. Alright. Pop off. This is why DPE is crazy. Would Dragoon have been able to do this? No. Exactly. And came back. We're passing? Alright, cool. You have Cold Buy? Bro, Cold Buy doesn't do anything here. Please be Cold Buy. No, it's not Cold Buy. I was really hoping it'd be Cold Buy so that I could just be like, alright, attack for games. Smile. Kukuracha. And he came back. DB was marketed so Hero can play through Nib. True. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Ah! La Kukuracha! That's what Phoenix does. Immortality. Hiya. Owned. Owned. Well, they knew I was playing Argostar. They just didn't know I was playing Argostar. Get tokens. Imagine getting nibbed in Argostars. Okay, I gotta piss. I gotta piss! I'll be back. Eventually. And I'm back. Oy, oy, oy. Cool. DP still triggers if destroyed, but it can only special summon a hero from grave. I believe it's a Destiny hero from grave. Yeah, it's even more specific. I want to see what it'll be like when you climb to Master and face strong competitors. No. No, you don't. You know what it's gonna be like. Brother, nothing's gonna happen. We're gonna play against Snake Eye once, and it's just gonna explode. Out of 10. No, it's so good. Oh, lame. Okay. Go. Maxim. Sure. Draw, sure. Maximus. Yep. Damn. You got it, bud. If it wasn't called by, I probably stick around. But I really need draws. My hand was really bad. I wouldn't have been able to play until turn 3. And, it's either Lab or Dogmatica. Either one, I pretty much lose to. Like, Dogmatica, technically, I could do something against, but having only the ability to start playing on turn 3, they're not going to play into Nibiru. Like, yeah, realistically, I'm not going to be able to do anything at that point. Like, maybe it was a bit soon, but no. They also just generate way too much advantage. It also could have been voiceless. If it was voiceless, like, I'm way cooked there. If that's voiceless, I'm so unbelievably cooked. Sure. Yep. You gonna imperm this? Oh, please, dude. It would be so funny. They did! Hooray! Okay, cool. Cool. Do you have Ash? If you don't have Ash, I think I just put him here. Do I still banish? No, I don't, right? It doesn't really make sense to do that. Like, just keeping the guy on field is arguably better. Here comes the boy. We love you, boy. Go. I'm guessing they have another imperm. I guess it could have been Maxi as well. That's like a realistic option. But since they drolled, they weren't going to use Maxi. No, because they would have... Yeah, I figured. Okay. Let's do this. This does play into triple tack, but I really want to make sure that this guy comes back. And having Nib means that that's less an option. Called by? Please called by this. Okay. Triple tack. Salamangreat Foxy. Sure. Wow, Nib goes crazy here, by the way. Debug, Terror Top. Wow, incredible. Incredible from my opponent there. Truly, that's... He like me for real, Do you have a call by? You cross out. Okay. Not having cross out for this Nib is gonna kill him. So let's see. Unless they just don't have anything with which to play. Because at this point, like, their hand's not great. Unless last card in hand is Gazelle or Spinny. Spinny also does it. Does anything else? Oh, I guess Foul technically does it. But those are kind of the only options. Which likely they have, right? Gazelle? Yeah. Yeah, we go. Okay, chat, I gotta tell you this. One of the first games of the TCG that I ever played, I played against Salamangreat. And this was back when Salamangreat, like, just fell out of the meta, like, post-toss format. And let me tell you, oh, baby, it was funny. Because... Where are we going with this? Hold on. Sorry, hold on. Cool. Salamangreat of Fire. What are we adding here? Weasel. Damn, that's crazy. Anyway, here's a Nibiru. Sorry, what was I saying? So... I was playing against Salamangreat, and I was main decking 3 Nibiru, because I knew that that card was, like, crazy, but I didn't know too much about, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was playing on, one of the dueling websites, I don't remember. And... so I was main decking Nibiru in a Dark Lord deck, and basically, like, my deck wasn't really doing anything, but, like, I nibbed my opponent. And it was a best of 3, so I nibbed them in game, like, 1 or something like that. And it, like, ends up winning me the game against Salamangreat, because, like, what is Salamangreat gonna do against Nibiru? Like, they didn't really have anything. It's not like they had the new, you know, the new cards, right? They just, like, died to Nib. And it was always, it was, like, as soon as 5 summons happened, I was like, Nib. They just, like, never got anything. And my hand was so dead. It was the first game, I think I drew 2 Nibirus, and then I drew another one off of, like, Ixchel. Right? So I think I nibbed them 3 times. No, it wasn't a best of. It wasn't a best of. It was a best of 1. not a best of 3. And I think I nibbed them 3 times. I nibbed them at least twice. And I distinctly remember, because for some reason there was a chat against the opponent. Like, you could chat to your opponent. And one of my very first interactions with a TCG player, I nibbed them twice, and I'm like, I'm doing nothing. I haven't, like, done anything. I've just Nibiru'd. Like, that was all that I did. And I was like, oh, this is so frustrating. I, like, just haven't seen anything. But I dropped the, like, second or third Nibiru on them, and they go, who the F is playing Nibiru? Kill yourself. And I was like, whoa! I was like, holy crap, dude! One more year turn into dual logs. True. But I was just like, whoa, dude! Like, I literally was doing nothing the entire game. And he was like, who is playing Nibiru? KYS. And I was like, damn! So that was like one of my first experiences with the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. Average Yu-Gi-Oh! Player. Average Yu-Gi-Oh! Player online. Here's the thing. Yu-Gi-Oh! Players in person are very different. And not better. Just different. There are like 3 camps of players. You have the casual competitive players, which is where I, as well as most other people, I think would genuinely put themselves when they go to like locals and like pay for the play and stuff like that. These are the people who keep up with the metagame, but maybe don't play all of the meta decks, right? Whether due to pricing or due to just like not finding them interesting, will generally have like a fun rogue deck that they have, and then maybe like a more competitive deck. Enjoy playing at locals and or you know, in-person events, and you know, tries to win, understands the plays, understands the combos, understands what other people are doing, knows general rulings, but is not like hyper competent. Good night, Digi. Thanks for stopping by. Right. The people who want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because they know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Does that make sense? The second type, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players have the friendliest banter. Those players definitely do. Those are some of the funnest, most enjoyable interactions I've had in any group of people ever. Those players who are just like, bro, I'm just here for a good time. Love playing against them. They're great. They're fantastic. Right? They're always like, that was cool. That was a really cool game. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. There's a second group of people, which are, well, the second group of people are like the competitive players. These are the people who are like, they always play the meta decks, they're going to a bunch of regionals, they're going to YCSs, they're competing, they're genuinely trying to like get better at the game. Those people can vary, but for the most part, they're like a little bit more serious and like, they care less about like you in particular. They're not really interested in like anything like that. I should say this is TCG. They are the expert in passive-aggressive. Interesting. The OCG... Alright. Expert in passive-aggressive. That does sound like the OCG. I mean, brother, they put Maxi to 2. That's the most passive-aggressive move I think I've ever seen. Oh, that's so funny. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, competitive players are very, like, nonchalant. Right? They don't really care about what you're doing. They're going to be upset when they do something wrong, or when, like, you draw a really good hand or something like that. But for the most part, they're like, I'm going to do my thing. Cool. They can be a little frustrating and a little, like, cocky, but for the most part, they're just like, They just, like, don't care, right? At least from my experience, right? They care, like, about the game, but they don't care, like, to interact with you, necessarily. And then the third, and these are where I think most of the bad rap for Yu-Gi-Oh! Comes from. These are the casual players. The casual players. Not the casual competitive. Not the people who are, like, going to locals and actually trying to participate and, like, play meta decks, or even just, like, try and win. No, these are the players who are like, I'm playing Blue Eyes and you can't stop me. I'm playing Dark Magician, and you can't stop me. I have a pet deck that's super cool, and I've built this really interesting rogue deck that's gonna take the meta by storm, and it's just like really shit Plant Link with like Trap Trick instead of like any of the actual Rikka cards, because Rikka's cringe or something like that. And these players are always the most elite, or like elitist. They're the most likely to keep you out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because they are so insufferable. They smell bad. They look unkempt. They are playing terrible, no good, very bad decks and calling them cool. And like, they get the most frustrated when you do anything remotely interesting or meta or something of that nature. They're like, you got to play by my rules or don't play at all. And they are the most frustrating, in my experience. The guy in silver ranked who swears he's cracked Dark Magician. Exactly. Exactly. Yup. But yeah, those are my experiences with TCG players. And also, those casuals never go anywhere outside of locals. They just go to locals. And like, those are also a lot of the players who will play online and will be like, I'm gonna play Dark Magician because I clearly cracked the code, and then it's just like Dragoon Turbo. You're like, wow, dude, that's incredible. Yeah. But the thing is, there are a lot more. There's a lot less of the like casual competitive players left in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because there's just not really a space for them. Like, it's very difficult to be a casual competitive player in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, you can't just play Yu-Gi-Oh! As a hobby. It's just not really a thing that's feasible. Because it's, one, really expensive. And two, it is, like, at some point you're going to be like, I really just want to start winning. Or you're going to be like, I don't care about winning anymore, and then you fall into one of the other two camps. It's very difficult to, like, stick as, like, I want to do good, and I want to play these decks, and I don't care about, like, going to OICS. Yeah, paper being expensive doesn't help. Yep. Which is why, again, it's like, you either become a casual or you become a competitive player. And it's very difficult to kind of be in the middle. So you get a lot more of the, like, worse experiences in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. So. We need Pauper. Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of things that Konami could do to make it more interesting to, like, get into Yu-Gi-Oh! And they just don't. Master Duel is a great way. But the problem is Master Duel doesn't translate to either TCG nor OCG. Like, it'd be one thing if, like, if I could hop on Master Duel and play the TCG right now. Which, like, they could realistically do. That is a thing that they could easily accomplish. And they just don't. Because reasons? Like, I struggle to think of a reason as to why they haven't elected to make it at least caught up with the TCG. And have, like, the TCG ban list. It's, you know, or at least have, like, a way to keep up with the current release of TCG cards. But yeah, I don't know. They only do it for 3-day events. Yep. Oh. Yeah. There's a lot that, like, Master Duel could genuinely do to make itself more attractive to get people into the TCG or into the OCG, and yet they just don't. And then on top of that, there's not really a great way to get into either the TCG or the OCG. Like, no one's going to pick up the Tactical Tri decks, which are, like, the 2-player starter decks, and do anything. Like, no new player is going to look at that and be like, you know, I've really heard I really want to... Sorry. I've really heard good things about Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe I should try it, and then pick it up and be like, yeah, this makes me want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! They're going to pick it up and, like, play with a friend and be like, I have no idea what's going on. What is happening? I'm so confused. What are these cards? There's too much new information, and then drop it forever. There's not like a format or something like that where they can hop in and just like play it or experience it. You have to like full send. You have to go hog wild. Ugh. Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh. It sucks because, like, they had that. What makes this even more frustrating is the fact that they did have a great way to introduce people to Yu-Gi-Oh! That was streamlined and, like, super simple and super easy to pick up and free to play. And it was super fun. And it was Duel Links. And then they released Xyz. And it all went downhill from there. As much as we shit on Duel Links now, Duel Links was a phenomenal way for players to get into the game. It was a great gateway because it was a more simplified version of the game, especially back in like the Synchro era. Even before that, it still was like really good. How was my experience with Argostars? Argostars is a great deck, yeah, I have no notes. It's fantastic. DPE absolutely didn't carry my ass. I didn't make Verte 99% of the time. Argostars are fun. They're pretty bad though. I don't even think the new support necessarily changes that. I also don't see a world in which you would splash this in anything. There's not really like a deck that would splash it into anything. Beyond 4 free disruption, sadly no ring 4 XZ. Yeah. Wait, 4 free disruption. What? I mean, it's beyond 4 free disruption? Fiendsmith? What? I guess it's yeah, I guess it's the disruption. But that's like certainly not. Maybe. At most, I had like 1 disruption from the Argostars. They're not very good. The problem is that requires you to draw like a really stellar hand or not be interrupted, which is both rather unlikely. Actually, it just requires you to draw or to not be interrupted. Because like if you draw access to what's her bucket, the blue, then yeah, you can grab the field spell. But that requires the opponent to not imperm, not ash, not Valor, and all of that jazz. And then even then, you still also have to have access to the other trap. It's definitely not for free disruption. They're also like really bad disruptions. Only imperm works? Valor, Ash, Imperm, all work. What the hell are you talking about? Purge. Impulse. Yeah, they all work as well. You just negate the trap effect and then you don't get to search the field spell. Oh, you're right. You're right, my bad. Never mind. Yeah, so it's just Imperm Valor. But even then... Even then, you still have to see the blue girl. Which is not exactly the most consistent. Because you have, what, the 3 quick play, you have the 3 girl, and then, like, terror top into a thing. So, like, that's not terrible, but, like, you have to see that, and it has to not get interrupted. So if they Ash, the quick play doesn't work. If they Imperm, if they Imperm, doesn't work. Like, there's still a lot of ways to deal with it. And then if you go terror top, Max C sucks. You just, like, get cooked by that. Like, sure, you can play around stuff. I'm not saying it's bad. No, it's bad. Argostars aren't great. It's a worse version of Exodia. I guess. I don't know. It feels more like, it kind of feels like a worse Paleo. That's what it felt like for me. Like, it was fun to play, but it was just like... This deck wasn't very good. You had a different experience? I swear to you, crack Argostars. Yeah. I don't know where you're getting... I did good with it. With this and Paleo Pile? Yeah, so... Yeah, it's just Paleo. It's just not crazy. Yeah, the deck kind of does stuff. Again, there's not really a reason to play it outside of just, like, playing the deck. Because it's like, if you want to play a control deck, why not play Lab? If you want to play... I don't know. Like, at that point, Eldritch is better as well than the Argostar cards. Even, like, without the Xyz. Like, just play friggin'... If you're gonna play, like, Floodgates, right? Eldritch is better for that. So if you wanted to play Floodgates, you know, doesn't really make sense to play Argostar. It doesn't really splash well into any other decks. Besides maybe Paleo, but at that point, why play Argostars when you could just play more Paleo cards? Because they're, like, significantly better. You could play more, like, heavy traps that actually do stuff instead of continuous traps. Yeah. What else? Yeah. Please read it. Pay close attention to the effects. If the rank 4 Argostar wasn't dark, you could still play Dominus? True. I guess you could still play, like... No, yeah. I mean, I wasn't even playing Dominus, but I was playing DPE. DPE seemed pretty good. You're better off with Umi control? Yeah, probably. I don't think this deck does anything. I wish it did. I think it's pretty cool. I like the idea of it. It just doesn't really, like, recycle very well. It can, which is nice. Its end board is pretty mediocre. Unless you're gonna, like, do some weird wombo combo with it. Or, like, outside engine stuff, right? Like, I was playing DPE, which was fairly decent. Yeah. It was fun. To be fair, I won 90% of my games. Right? That being said, I don't have this delusion that I think this deck is really good because I won 90% of my games. Even if I was in Master Tier and I won 90% of my games, I guarantee I wouldn't feel this way. Because the thing is, it doesn't matter who I play against on Ranked. It's not going to change my opinion of this deck. Because I can already see the weaknesses from playing it. right? It relies way too heavily on this card specifically resolving. If it doesn't resolve, I'm fucked for my Argostar combo. There's very little else that I can do. I can draw other cards, but at that point, I don't have the access to the entirety of the recursion. I don't have access to everything that I need to really interact with my opponent favorably. I can potentially have additional cards that are either outside engine or just have enough of the Argostar cards that allow me to just kind of ignore the fact that this card got interacted with and negated. But like, again, if it gets negated, I don't really have anything that I can do. 5 to 6 games are not a statistical indicator. Yeah. You can use other extension that is outside engine. That's what I just said. I literally just said that. But what I said is, unless you're specifically resolving this, the Argostar engine doesn't do anything. The other engines have to carry you. And the point that I'm trying to make is there's not really a deck that would want these cards. You can either play it pure, or you could play it as an engine. There's not really a reason to play it in any decks as an engine, so if you're playing it pure, why would you not just play Labyrinth, or Fiendsmith Control, or the myriad of other control decks that are available at the current moment? This just happens to be the weakest one. It's fun, it's interesting, I had a good time playing it, but I can very clearly see the weaknesses. Having a card that requires you to discard in order to, you know, actually do something, not great, especially as a continuous trap. This is also a fairly weak interaction. It basically relies on having the field spell, and if you don't have the field spell, if you didn't gain access to it, your cards are pretty mediocre. Oh yeah, Adra's effect is not quick play. Meaning, there's a bajillion ways to deal with it. You could destroy the card, you could negate the card, you could look at the card the wrong way, you could send it to the graveyard, you could, I mean, think about how many ways there are, I mean, you could negate the effect, right? Think about how many ways there are to interact with a not on summon / not quick play effect like this. Now granted, you technically don't immediately lose all of your Argostar engine if you don't resolve this card, which is cool. But like, if you don't resolve this, the Argostar cards don't really do anything. They kind of. But on like turn 3, which isn't enough. But I think the biggest, I genuinely think the biggest thing that made me know that this isn't that great of a deck is if we go to YGO Pro and we type in Argostar. There are no topping decks. Tournament topping decks. So that to me feels pretty similar to another deck. Argostars do just genuinely need more cards. I think if it were to receive maybe like 2 more cards, a continuous trap and a actual main deck monster that did something, like it was an actual extender or was a way to like actually trigger cards, like Arius, if they had their own like main deck Arius, that would be a very solid start. They're very close to being either a splashable engine or a actual full deck, but they're kind of in this limbo of being neither, which makes them basically unplayable. So there you go. Wonder if it would work with Lab. Lab requires normal monsters, or normal traps. So, it's anti-synergistic. Like, it works with Paleo, right? Because Paleo doesn't require normal traps, it just requires traps. Anyway, I'm going to call it quits there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, like us very much appreciated it. And remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.